What is good, YouTube? My name is George. Welcome to another video. So today we are going to be ranking every single skate park that I've been to. So before filming, I brainstormed a list. It took forever just trying to think of literally every skate park I've been to. This video is definitely inspired by my ranking skate shoes video, which did super well, and you already know as a YouTuber, if something does well in the algorithm, you gotta repeat it because it's probably gonna do well again. And that's on honesty. First order of business, happy summer. My company Aero Skate Co just dropped a new summer line. I'm wearing the t-shirt right now, as well as the new dad hat, and we even got some socks. Super stoked on this line. This one kind of all came together at once. It's got a simple summery vibe, and I'm very stoked on it. If you guys want to cop something, link is right at the top of the description. And with that all said, let's get into ranking these skate parks. Like I said, I've been to a ton of skate parks. I'm pretty sure there's gotta be a couple of skate parks that I'm forgetting in this list. By the way, in my ranking skate shoes video, I got ranked by you guys in the comments. Apparently, I didn't order them how I'm supposed to. I'm going to appease you guys and do this correctly. I apologize for being a noob at tier lists. I'm also sticking to the default ordering of D through S. What is that? S is superb, I guess. I should mention now that this is not an objective rating. I'm not even attempting to be objective. This ranking is biased by the type of skating I do, how well I vibe with the skate park, etc. So just keep that in mind. Let's get started with the New York City skate parks. So number one on the list here is 51 Skate Park. And this was my local skate park for a while. And this is one of those skate parks that just has obstacles plopped on the ground. The entire skate park is actually sloped downward. So when you're going one direction, you don't even need to push. You just start going at top speed really quickly. And if you're going the other direction, you have to really push hard and haul ass just to hit any of the obstacles. However, this is still a great park to chill out, hang out, and vibe out, and just kind of use it as a training ground. It's got these plastic ledges, which are really great for learning particular tricks. You can't really lock in crooked grinds or Smith grinds because the coping is so round, but it's great for learning stuff like lip slides, lunt slides, and things like that. So can't complain too much. Obviously, it's not intricately designed. It doesn't have a whole lot going on. It does have a lot of open area for practicing flat ground. I have a great time here, so I'm gonna put this thing in, we'll stick it in C for now. This is gonna work, there we go. But with these tier lists, things always start to sort themselves out as we get through the list, so things might change. Let's move on to the next skate park. So here we have 88th Street Skate Park in Queens, and this is a really, really good skate park. My only complaint about 88th Street Skate Park is there is not much transition. There's actually not a single quarter pipe in the skate park. They do have a couple of banks, but overall, you're going to go here for like a street league training type session. You got really good handrails, really good stair sets, nice Euro gap, ledges, flat bar, things like that. It's a very spacious park, doesn't get too crowded in my experience, a lot of fun to chill out at. The cement at this park is unforgiving. You know how you have that rough cement and then you have that slippery cement? This park, it's gonna hurt when you fall. Still a fantastic park, really have great sessions here. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the A. Next New York City park is Astoria Skate Park in Queens. I really like this park. It's got a nice long quarter pipe, which I think is so much fun. I love skate parks with good transition. I think that's one of my favorite parts about skate parks because flowy transition is not really something you can get in the streets, you know? This one's got more of that slick ground, so when you fall, you kind of slide instead of just busting your ass. Yeah, I have a good time here, but I will say for some reason, it just doesn't strike me as one of my favorite skate parks. You know, one more thing I will say about Astoria. Personally, I think those circular designed skate parks feel kind of awkward. The flow is not the best. You've got skaters kind of intersecting at the center. Still a good park though. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the B. Still all around a solid skate park. Next up, we got Blue Skate Park in Brooklyn. This is another one of those skate parks with just obstacles plopped on the ground. But unlike 51 Skate Park, these obstacles are actually made of cement. So the ledges and manual pads are super good and high quality. At Blue Park, you'll also find that the obstacles will change very frequently. I know that right now there's a super long flat bar that is so much fun. Sometimes there will be big wooden ramps and ledges. I would say Blue Park feels like another prime chill slash hangout skate park. Personally, I find it a lot more fun than 51 skate park. So I'm gonna put it in the C category, but I like it better than 51, so we're gonna pop it here. My instincts tell me to put the better one on the top, but I trust you guys, so this is the top C skate park so far. All right, next up we got Maloof Skate Park. So Maloof is an interesting skate park. I've only been here a couple of times, and it's comparable to 88th Street Skate Park in that it's sort of a street league type vibe. I actually think they did the Maloof Money Cup competition at this skate park, but it's definitely more buck than 88th Street. It's got some way bigger stair sets, and it's also more of a circular design. Like I said, I don't really vibe with that, so I really don't like it as much as 88th. I just also don't vibe with the obstacles as much. You know, it's funny when ranking the New York City skate parks, it's tempting to take into account how long it takes me to get there, and it takes me forever to get to Maloof Skate Park, but I'm going to try to not let that bias my rating. It's a fairly good skate park. I'm gonna put it in B, but I like Astoria better. Next we got Chelsea Skate Park in Manhattan, and this is a buck-ass skate park because it is big transition based. It's got a couple of massive bowls. I actually love skating Chelsea because this type of skating is so new to me. It's almost difficult to rank this among these other skate parks just because it's based on such a different type of skateboarding. Chelsea does have a street section, but it's still like a heavy transition street section. You got to go down some big ass ramps, get a lot of speed. This is one of the main big transition based skate parks in New York City. I'm gonna have to give this a great rating. I think I'm gonna put it in the highest B category. I am slowly getting into transition. If you've seen my videos, you know I really want to learn how to fly a backside air out of vert before I die. Chelsea is probably the skate park that I'll do that. If I was deeper into transition at this moment, I'd probably give this park an A, but it is what it is. Next up, we got Cooper Skate Park, and this is one of my current local skate parks, and oh my freaking god, do I love Cooper. Before I even say anything, I'm gonna put Cooper up in the S. No, but seriously, here's why I love Cooper. It's got a solid transition section on one half of the skate park. It's got smaller quarter pipes so you can work on and learn new transition tricks. And then it's got a big ass quarter pipe so you can really get that progression going on your transition game. It's even got the mouse hole so you can work on grinding your tricks longer on quarter pipe. I actually really love the stairs and the handrail at Cooper. I think it's great training for the streets. Over on the other side, it's got a perfect ledge, kind of a low-key street session. Low stakes, great for learning manuals, ledge tricks. Always good vibes at Cooper as well, so definitely a skate park that has a special place in my heart. Next up, we got Fat Kid Skate Park, and I don't really vibe with this park too much, I'm not gonna lie. When I look at this skate park visually, it looks like a skate park I'd really enjoy, but something about the design is just a little bit gnarly. This is another skate park that's sloped, so when you're going down, you just pick up mad speed. It just feels kind of hectic. I have trouble just seshing here. It's like I have to think too hard about making sure I don't die every time I skate here for some reason. I do really like this bowl corner that they have. The mini bowl is also a lot of fun, although honestly I wish it was more of an average size bowl because I'm not really sure about the translatability of this mini bowl. It's so small and tight that it's just weird. You can get used to skating this bowl, but that's not going to help you on a normal sized bowl that much. I also strongly don't prefer skate parks that are under the bridge. It's like got bird shit everywhere. Just not my vibe. I think I'm gonna give this one, see, it's hard, you know, because it's got so much more going on than Blue Park, but personally I have a better time. I just feel lighter and happier at Blue Park. I think I'm gonna slide it in between Blue and 51. Next up, we got the Hamilton Bridge Skate Park, and this is a park that I've been to only once in my life, and I was super young. From what I remember in my memory, it's similar to Fat Kid in that it's kind of sloped, and the obstacles just feel very intense. You know, for some people that might not be a bad thing, but for me, I like to go to a skate park to chill out and feel like the obstacles are easy and fun. I don't know, didn't really vibe with this park. Again, I don't remember it too well. Definitely not a terrible skate park, so I'm gonna put it in the low C. Okay, so I just realized this little thumbnail is actually not Maloof Skate Park. That's actually the Canarsie Skate Park in Brooklyn. That park is a lot of fun. The design is a little bit off. Like the placements of the obstacles actually make pretty good sense, but then the handrails are at weird angles, like too low or too long. But I did have a really great session at this skate park, and I think I prefer... I actually still feel good about where it is right here. Next up, we got LES. I already know where this is gonna go. We're gonna put this above 88th Street because it's more fun, and I'll tell you why. It's got prime street elements, but it's also got a fire flow and a bomb transition section. I love the quarter pipe with a corner. Doing fast grinds across that thing is so fun. Yeah, LES is like the quintessential combination of transition and street. Every obstacle is pretty much perfect. I would say the only reason I can't put it up in the S is because of the vibes. The park gets packed. It also often has a really intense vibe. A lot of people in headphones not really speaking to one another, which is sort of lame, but the skate park itself is so good that I have to put it in A. Okay, and now we have Maloof. I don't know how I thought this was Maloof. I guess I'm just an idiot. But yeah, I definitely rather go to Canarsie than Maloof, so I'm gonna put Maloof in the lowest B. Ooh, McCarran. McCarran's another great one. McCarran is super close to the Cooper skate park. Sometimes I'll find myself at both of those parks in one day, and McCarran's a lot smaller. It definitely has this weird triangular flow to it, which does not work very well when the park is crowded, but if you could hit it early in the morning, this park is so much fun to flow around. You can just go and go and go, and that is one of my favorite qualities about skate parks. Another thing I really like about McCarran is it's got a small down rail for training, and then it's got a bigger handrail for actually nailing down those handrail tricks. The quarter pipes at McCarran are steep, but I still think they're a lot of fun. It's also got a super solid flat bar. I'm gonna throw it in the S category as well. I just really vibe with it, but I think I like Cooper Skate Park the best. All right, next up we got Owl's Head Skate Park, and this ranking is going to be extremely biased because I've only pulled up to Owl's Head once, and there happened to be a huge competition going on. So the park was so freaking crowded that I could barely skate, and you know, that's the only experience I've had with this skate park, so it wasn't totally positive. From what I remember, it was a very intense skate park. It's old. I know it has a lot of history to it. I felt very intimidated to even like drop in and try anything at this skate park. So, you know, didn't have the best time here. Definitely transition based. Got flyouts, big ass hip, quarter pipe, things like that. Another thing I remember is scooter kids just like zigzagging in and out, and it was just so scary to even drop in. So because of that experience, and I'm really not trying to offend anybody who loves Owlhead Skate Park, I'm gonna put this in, it's hard to give this a D. Can I really do that? You know, I'd actually rather skate this than the Hamilton Bridge Park, so we'll pop it right there. Okay. Next up is Sarge's Skate Park. This is actually a relatively new skate park, and all my friends hate this park. When you look at a picture of it, it looks like there's nothing there. There's like this huge just area of flat ground, and then around the perimeter is a bunch of quarter pipes, and that's actually kind of the lower section of the park. You can go up, and then you have a stair set, a couple of ledges, and you can also skate the basketball court next door, which has some of its own ledges. It's like kind of fun. I mean, it's lame because when you get into the lower section, you can't really get back up without hauling ass, so the flow is not too good. It's clearly something where they had a weird shape and they did their best, which wasn't very good. Realistically, I don't have any reason to go back to this skate park. I will say it does have great vibes. You're right by the BQE, really beautiful bridge, but you know, I don't think that's enough to really give this park a good ranking, so I'm gonna give it a D. And that's our first shitty skate park. Let's give it up. Next New York City park is what I like to call Mini Skate Park, located in St. Mary's Playground in Brooklyn, and this park sucks, dude. It is fenced into a tiny little square, so you don't even get enough run up to the actually really great flat bar and ledge, which is very sad. You kind of have to curve in, and it's annoying, you know? Curve into a street spot, fine, because you gotta make do with what you have, but if it's a skate park, this thing could have been designed better. They could have maybe just not put the fence in so that we could get adequate run up. It does have a really solid like baby mini ramp, so I would imagine that beginners are really gonna like this skate park, especially if they want to start getting into transition. But as for me, the mini ramp is like honestly too small for me to enjoy, and I just feel crammed in there. Like, you know, when I'm at a skate park, I want to push fast, I want to just flow and have a good time and be open and you just can't do this here. It's too cramped. So I'm gonna give this park a D. I'm actually gonna put this in the lowest D because it's sinking as well. Like the park is literally sinking into one corner, which makes everything about it even harder to skate. All right, next up we got Thomas Green Skate Park, pretty close to the mini skate park in Gowanus. It's in Brooklyn. This is another court that has some obstacles plopped on it. I think all it's got is a perfect ledge, which on the other side is a curved ledge. It's got an insane A-frame that is pretty much too hard to skate, and it's got a perfect manual pad. And of course, a lot of flat ground space. So I have a great time at Thomas Green Skate Park, even though there's not a whole lot going on. You know, the ledge is just so perfect. You can practice all your tricks. You can try new ones. I don't really skate the A-frame, but the manual pad is also a lot of fun. And the manual pad doubles as a really small ledge. And, you know, similar to how McCarran has the small rail and the bigger rail, having a small ledge and a bigger ledge can lead to some really fun, productive sessions trying to learn new tricks on the small ledge and then taking it up to the bigger one once that confidence is ready. So I'm going to pop this into C, which seems to be where all the hangout skate parks 51 and Blue Park are hanging out. I think I just ever so slightly prefer 51, so let's pop this right here. Next up, we got Transit Tech Skate Park, also in Brooklyn. This is another park that is crammed into a small space, and they went for sort of a make everything mini approach. Tiny handrails, tiny quarter pipe, tiny down rail, tiny hip. Everything feels very cramped. I have that similar like boxed in feeling that I have at the mini skate park with the mini ramp. Transit Tech does have a lot more going on in terms of obstacles and flow. You actually can flow around this skate park, assuming there is no more than 3 people there, because otherwise it gets pretty hectic. And I do have a lot of fun training on the quarter pipe because it's kind of that perfect learning trick size. And again, I'm like trying to force myself not to take distance into account because this park really isn't worth the trip to me. But overall, it's got a really fun design, and if it's not crowded, I will have a very fun session here. So I think I'm going to put this actually in the highest C. I think this is the last New York City skate park already, which feels wrong. I feel like there's more than this that I've been to, but that's what I have in my memory. Anyways, last up we got Tribeca Skate Park, another one of the most popular and well-known skate parks in addition to LES. What I will say about Tribeca is Tribeca's got the vibes. You're right on the river looking at New Jersey, and it's freaking beautiful. It is a beautiful riverfront park. You can feel that breeze. It's just a nice, calm energy. And, you know, the skate park's pretty good. I like to hate on it because I don't know why, actually. I just enjoy hating on it. This one's got like an ovular flow. Is that a word? It's like an oval. Like you go around the perimeter. Interesting decision at Tribeca to put the fattest flat bar known to mankind. That thing is so plump, you can barely lock into grind tricks. Very weird. Yeah, I don't know. I get bored here quickly. There's not a lot of transition. It's got one quarter pipe that you can't really use because you're probably gonna like slam into somebody who's taking the other line. Favorite obstacle here is probably the bump to ledge. Super, super fun. Talking about it, I don't know why I hate on Tribeca so much, but every time my friends bring it up, I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Tribeca, but it's actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna give it the lowest A. But boom. So that's it for the New York City skate parks. We got 2 S's, Cooper and McCarran Skate Park, and we got 2 F's, Sarge's and Mini Skate Park. And then the B and C categories, yep, all parks I'm not too crazy about, but they're pretty good. And the A category are also extremely good skate parks. So yeah, I vibe with this. These 5 skate parks are freaking solid. You know, Chelsea is so close to A. You know, I'm tempted to put it in there, but yeah, these high B's are also skate parks I really, really enjoy in New York City. And then everything below this cutoff here, these low B's, these C's, and the D's are not really parks I vibe with too much, but I do have to give a special shout out to Blue Park, 51 Park, and Thomas Green Park because, you know, since they're skate parks with just plopped on obstacles, I can't rank them higher. But I do really like this type of skate park for some reason because you just feel like so low pressure and chill, and it's a great hangout vibe. So, you know, still a really good time at those parks. But yeah, you know, this process has got me thinking about a couple things. One, it's hard to compare skate parks that are so different from each other because they're so different, you know? This has also made me realize that when a skate park has one solid obstacle, it can really make or break a skate park. Also, how much I value a skate park that has a cohesive flow. There's definitely an element of a unique design factor where the skate park is more of an art piece than just obstacles plopped on the ground. Skate parks like LES, everything is so well integrated, it's almost like the skate park is a sculpture instead of just bleh. This ranking was definitely influenced by vibes and personal experiences. Definitely most of the skate parks in the high categories are ones that I've frequented multiple times. So that bias and, you know, the connection you start to feel to your skate parks is really a real force. And, you know, I've got to have forgotten some skate parks in this list. I've just been to so many, but I need to move on with my life. And I'm sure you guys too. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support as always. If you want to check out the new Aeroskate line, the link is at the top of the description. With all that, shred on, be easy. Yo, that means you watched the video and I'm stoked.